What is going on, guys? What is going on? We back for another Monday. Hopefully, you guys are having a fantastic start to your week. It is President's Day, and many of you guys probably had off. I would assume many of you guys probably had off today, just like I did, because it is a federal holiday. So, um, you know, I think that most people probably had a chance to chill out and relax today. You guys get a chance to chill out and relax today? Give me the scoop. You guys get a chance to chill out and relax today? And let me tell you guys something like this. Your boy woke up at 3:30 this morning, got myself a nice little workout in, and I came back home, got a little bit of meditation done, got a little bit of prayers done, got some side hustle stuff done, and then what did I do this morning? Man, it's been such a long day. It's been such a long day. I know what I did. I made a couple of YouTube videos. That's what I did. I went to the park. I went for a nice little walk and recorded a few YouTube videos today. And before you know it, I got the car wash. The next you know, it's later in the day. My wife and my daughter went to get their nails done. And you know how that takes. That takes at least 3 hours. And me and my son sat at the house for a little bit and played some NCAA football. So that was fun. And then I took a nap, guys. I took a nap. I went to take a nap at 3 o'clock and I didn't wake up until about 4:45, hour and 45-minute nap. And it felt weird. It felt strange, but I got it in, man. I feel a little bit better right now. Typically, I don't like to take long naps. When I take a nap, I want to keep it to about 22 to 27 minutes. And I specifically say 22 to 27 minutes. That's what I tell my alarm so that I just get that nice little quick little burst of energy from a recharge. But today, guys, I took an hour and 45-minute nap and I woke up groggy. I'm talking about deep sleep. It was needed, though. It was absolutely needed. And tonight I'm going to bed directly after this show. I'll have some food, a little bit of dinner, and I'm going to bed right after the show so that I can have a recovery week. Or I can recover for tomorrow and Wednesday and Thursday because it's going to be a busy week. But come on in, guys. Come on in. Good to see you guys in here. We got Operation Tech Takeover in the house. We got Before the Billions in the house. Good to see you, my man. Good to see you in the house. What is up, man? We got Life of Cam coming to us from Thailand. He already made his trip over there to Thailand to spend some time with his young lady, his soon-to-be wife. I love that, man. Operation Tech Takeover says, peace and blessings, family. Don't forget to smash the like button on your way in. How's my mic coming in, guys? How's my sound? My sound good? I'm not echoing or anything like that. I got the headphones on right now, so I can tell if I am echoing, and I can't hear it in the headphones. So if I am echoing right now, let me know. And I specifically put the headphones on. Sometimes I don't like wearing this stuff, but I put it on just so that I can hear myself talk. You know, without it in, I can't hear myself talk. So, guys, how am I sounding? All right, Operation Tech Tugger say I sound good. I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that, man. God, it's been a fantastic week. Any of you guys get a chance to watch the All-Star game last night, the NBA All-Star game? I was sitting down with the family after my men's group call. So on Sunday nights, guys, I have a men's group call from 7 to 8:30. And it's a chance for us to talk about the things that went on during the week and what we got planned for the next week, you know, to make sure that we're sticking to our goals. Great group of men. And after that call was over, I got a chance to watch some of the All-Star game, and it was the OGs versus the international team, what they apparently called it. And I thought it was an interesting highlight, an interesting format that they have. I saw earlier, prior to me jumping on that phone call, the OGs versus the young stars. And that was an interesting game as well, too. What's your thoughts on the new NBA All-Star format? My brother-in-law, who's been with the NBA for 18 years, he's been with the Miami Heat. He doesn't like it. He likes the East and West games, and he wants it to go back. I didn't respond to a text message thread yesterday because of the fact that I was trying to give the new structure a little bit of grace. It's different. And I don't know if it was trying to solve, but I kind of like the new structure. So I want to hear from you guys. If you guys got a chance to watch it, what's your thoughts on the new structure of the NBA All-Star game? Different teams, different coaches, Team Chuck, Team Shaq, all this other stuff. I thought it was interesting, man. That's my take on it. But let's get into the show, guys. It is Monday, February the 17th, and we're back with Season 2, Episode 7. Hope you all are doing great on this fantastic Monday. We got an incredible show lined up for you guys while you're coming into the show. And while I am warming up, getting my voice right, sipping on some sparkling water, smash that like button, guys. Do me a favor and smash that like button. That is going to help us grow, and we need to continue growing here. So make sure you hit the like, the subscribe, the share, all that on the channel when you're coming into the YouTube channel, guys. I appreciate that. And, this weekend, my basketball team, which has been blowing teams out, we lost our first game, guys. We lost an ugly game, a 13-18 game, one of the ugliest games we've had all season. Matter of fact, one of the ugliest games I've had as a coach. Ugly. Out of 42 attempts, you only scored 13 points. The ball was not going into the rim. We had some good shots. Our ref was absolutely terrible. I kept my composure, and I can easily say that this was a game that was poorly reffed, and it was terrible. However, we still had opportunities to win that game. We just turned it on too late. Okay. My son, AJ, scored 8 of the 13, had a good game, got player of the game. But typically we're scoring 28 points a game, and we scored only 13 of that. So, it happens sometimes. I got a whole bunch of pretty boys on my team, guys. A whole bunch of good-looking kids. They look like the Backstreet Boys or whatever you want to call it, BTK. And they're just good-looking kids, man. So, when you get in there with some rough guys, it can be quite intimidating, man. So I've been teaching them to try to be tough. And, the finesse game is only going to take you so much. And so, to a certain place, you got to get rough and tough with some of these boys coming from these different areas. So we lost our first game. And, I got a lot of videotape to watch and, things that I can teach the boys. So exciting stuff coming up. We got 2 more games for the rest of the season. But on the football, our boys won our flag football game this past weekend. We are in the championship on this upcoming Sunday. I'm excited about that, guys. Obviously, I'm talking about a whole bunch of sports right now because I am in my sports season. I am in my coaching season right now. It's exciting. It's exciting to be a coach. One of the things I told myself over the next 8-9 years, right? My kids are going to be in high school. I need to make enough money so that I can quit any corporate job. That's my new goal, guys, to be done with any corporate job so that I can become a head football coach or a head basketball coach somewhere for high school. That's what I'm looking forward to right now. That's what I'm looking forward to, coaching my daughter or my son in high school. So I'm looking forward to that. That's a goal that I just wrote down a few days ago. And I've been talking about it for quite some time. But now it's kind of like I can see it there because I have a passion for sports and giving back to kids. And just like I come back every Monday on this show to give back to you guys, I have that same passion for the youth as well, too. Seeing players come from very little and, no experience at all, and seeing them being able to develop, to be able to hit layups and stuff like that. I like that, man. It's fun. It's very, very fun and very, very exciting. So, that was my weekend, guys. How was your weekend? How was your guys' weekend? You guys had a good weekend? Did you guys do anything? Valentine's Day was on Friday. You had Saturday off, you had Sunday off, and you had Monday off for most of you. Hopefully, most of you guys had the day off. I had the day off, and it was a fantastic Monday. A normal Monday for me from the standpoint of I got it in. Only the unnormal about it was the fact that I took an hour and 45-minute nap. But let's get to the topics today, guys. We got some good topics. We got some breaking news. We got some discussions about mass layoffs, federal layoffs. We're going to be getting into that. We got some discussions about return to the office. You guys are going to hear this one. We're also going to hear a little bit about Meta CEO or CTO telling employees to quit, Elon Musk's scary AI, and we're going to get in last about the top IT certifications for beginners. So if you guys are looking to break into tech, that is the segment to watch. But shout out to our sponsors, Course Careers. If you're looking to break into tech sales, or you're looking to break into any sort of tech role, or you're looking to break into any blue collar role as well, this is your first step. Check out Course Careers, link into the description of this video. Also get a ton of questions about the equipment that I use for these streams, my mic, my camera, soundboard. It's all on my Amazon store. Check out the link in the description of this video as well for those who are serious about leveling up. Guys, check out the Ladder Climber community on Patreon for exclusive career insights and networking opportunities. We got our chili cook-off coming up this weekend. It's going to be so dope. I'm going to record a good part of it. It's going to be dope, guys. It's going to be dope. And you can only get invited to such a exclusive event by being part of the Patreon. Check out our Patreon. Check out our Patreon. Check out our Patreon. But guys, let me come over to the chats, man. Yes, it's about that time. Says, hi, it's been a while. Finally catching a live. Good to see you. You must have had the day off as well, too. Yes, it's about that time. Or yes, it's that time. You must have had the day off. The Life of Cam says, I think of a problem. I think the problem is more so the stars than the structures. Too many divas. Wow. In the All-Star game, he's talking about in the NBA All-Star game. Yeah, you got a lot of divas out there. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat, my man. I appreciate you blessing me with the $10 super chat already in the live stream today, sir. The Life of Cam also says, good to go, sir. My audio is good. I appreciate the feedback, my brother. But guys, don't forget to be active in this show today. I want to see the chats going. Be active. And if for all of you guys who are coming to us for the first time and you want to interact with the chat, come over to the YouTube station, www.youtube.com, and check out Elevate to the Unknown. We are right here live. But guys, urgent update. I want to get you guys onto this one right here. Let's do this. Southwest, guys, man, Southwest just announced massive layoffs. 1,700 employees. 1,700 employees are being laid off. Southwest's first time announcing such a major layoff. Let's get into this quick story right here. The layoffs primary target corporate and leadership roles, including 11 senior executives. So that's VP level and above. That's a good amount of people, guys. That is a good amount of people. 1,700 people being laid off at Southwest Airlines. And Southwest operates here in Texas, right? That's their headquarters. But the company says that its move is part of a transformational plan to become leaner and more efficient. What did I tell you guys? What did I tell you guys that companies are going to be saying this upcoming year, in the next couple years? Companies are going to be talking about efficiency. They're going to be talking about AI. And they're going to be talking about transformation. I told you guys this. I told you guys this last week in the live stream that more companies are going to be talking about becoming efficient. So what are they going to do? They're going to choose to lay people off. They're going to choose to put it in tools, in solutions that's going to make them more efficient. And that's why I decided to go into that space, guys. On 2025, I started a new career in the automation and AI space to help companies transform and become efficient. This is where most companies are going these days. So these layoffs by Southwest estimated to save them $300 million in savings by 2026, but 60 to 80 million in severance costs expected to be in Q1 of 2025. So a lot of the people who are getting laid off, especially the senior executives, it's not based on performance. It's based on, guys, we got to cut. We got to become a leaner organization. We got to become a leaner organization. So you could be in a VP role, a senior vice president role, making $500, $600, $700,000 a year. Matter of fact, 7 figures. Could be performing very, very well. But guess what? They say, you know what? It's time for you to go because we have to restructure. We have to cut costs. And this cost cut, is going to save them $300 million by 2026. That's a lot of money that this company is going to be saving. That's a lot of money. And the layoffs will be finalized by mid 2025. So a lot of people don't even know they're getting cut yet. This was breaking news today. This came out about 25 minutes ago. And the CEO, Bob Jordan, calls this decision unprecedented in Southwest's 53-year history, emphasizing the need to move faster and stay competitive. It is going to be the repetitive thing that company CEOs are going to say. Move faster, stay competitive. My question for you guys is, what do you guys think about this move? Is Southwest making the right call, or this is a warning sign for the airline industry? It's a warning sign for the airline industry. I just heard breaking news that a Delta flight in Canada flipped over when it landed. I don't know if that had to do with anything with the runway or anything like that, but most of the people, from my understanding, were unharmed. But there's a lot of stuff going on in the airline industry right now. And if Southwest is making this big move, cutting 1,700 employees, I can only imagine what United's going to be doing, what Delta may be doing, what American Airlines may be doing in the future. Drop your thoughts, guys. Is this repetitive? Are you guys hearing these signals? Are you guys hearing these signals? Are you guys seeing these signals as well? What are you guys thinking about this? Yes, it's that time. So Southwest is just an expensive. American Airlines and Delta now. Like, see, you're right. Southwest is just as expensive. I noticed that. So, since I'm in Hill Country, Texas, it's about that time, or it's that time. I take a lot of Southwest flights. And I recognize that at one point in time, they were cheaper than Delta and United. Now, I'm almost seeing they're maybe sometimes even more expensive, depending on the day and time that you select. You're absolutely right about that. You're absolutely right about that. AI Me says moving towards AI is great, but a responsible approach is needed for companies to adopt AI. Agree with you, brother. Agree with you, man. Operation Techtober says took your laptop apart and did some upgrading, recording to use for a portfolio project. I like it, man. He's getting busy. Getting busy today, man. Getting busy today. I like it. I like it. I like it. But guys, what do you guys think about this move? Is this a sign for other airlines to lay off employees as well? I think so. I think so. Let's jump over to the next subject. This is on federal workers.
There's new reaction following the Trump administration's sweeping efforts to cut the federal workforce. More agencies announcing mass layoffs that could come as soon as this week. The IRS is the latest, set to lay off thousands of probationary workers in the middle of tax season. This is according to two sources familiar with the agency's plans, and new data already shows an unemployment spike in the district since President Trump has taken office. Nearly 4,000 workers in the city have filed for unemployment insurance. And across the country today, Tesla showrooms served as the backdrops for protests. Groups are rallying against CEO Elon Musk and his Department of Government Efficiency, which has largely ordered the layoffs. News 4's Dominique Moody has new reaction from a federal employee who's among the thousands impacted.
Our actual goal in the department that I work for focuses directly on safety. And, basically all of us were really under the impression that, what we do is very important.
Former FAA employee and disabled veteran Jason found out at the tail end of the shift yesterday that he was one of the thousands of federal workers being laid off.
The environment was kind of like everybody who was working felt like everything that they were doing was almost for no reason. They just, they didn't feel valued.
The sweeping cuts are part of the Trump administration and the Department of Government Efficiency, known as DOGE, led by Elon Musk's joint effort to shrink the size of the federal workforce. The layoffs are having a ripple effect in the nation's capital, where unemployment numbers have ticked up. According to CNBC, the district reported close to 800 jobless filings for the week ending on February 8th, a 36% increase from the prior week. The latest round of cuts affecting thousands of probationary employees who have yet to see civil service protections kick in. Sources say the IRS is expected to lay off thousands of probationary workers as tax season ramps up.
Stand up to what's going on. This is not okay.
Bill Byrne is set to host a rally on Monday to show support for federal workers.
There are many people, many vulnerable people who are going to be suffering in the coming months, perhaps even in the years. And we can all do something to help those people.
It's not yet clear how many FAA workers or IRS agents were impacted by these latest cuts. In Northwest, Dominique Moody.
Guys, it's starting. It is starting. I dropped a quick Discord post on my Discord just to see, people's thoughts on the layoffs. And layoffs are tough. I mean, layoffs are absolutely tough. And I know that they're tough because a lot of good brothers of mine, good sisters of mine have been laid off over the last 3 or 4 years, multiple times, because of the tech layoffs and, the overhiring that happened in tech and so forth. And now that trend has reached the federal level. It has reached the federal level. And that's what we're going to talk about in this segment right here. The largest layoff notice in U.S. history. Federal jobs are on the chopping block, guys. Federal jobs are on the chopping block. The largest layoff in U.S. history just went out. And if you think this doesn't affect you, think again. If you are in the D.C. area, I'll tell you like this is going to cause all kinds of pain to many people across the cities that have a huge federal government population. That's including San Antonio, where I'm at. That's including D.C. That's including parts of the Midwest and Kansas City, parts of Missouri. That's including parts of California. That's including a major part of the United States. Thousands of federal workers got the pink slip. Entire agencies are getting slashed. And what's happening right now is bigger than just job cuts. It's a full-on government shakeup. That's what's happening right now. We're going to break down the cuts in just a second. But this all started on Thursday, February the 13th. So last week, thousands of government employees were let go overnight. Just imagine waking up. You know what? You go to work on Wednesday. Next you know, you like, oh man, I'm getting ready for the day. The week is coming to an end, and Valentine's Day on Friday. You right? You got your wife a nice little present. You probably overspent just to keep her happy because you've been putting in a good amount of hours. And then you get to the office on Thursday and you get the notice, or you get the badge, or you get the budge, or you get the buzzer. I can't get into the office because they told you to return to the office. And then you get to the office and you can't get in. Or you get a text message from your friend that says, hey man, Mark, can you get into the office? No, I can't get into the office, man. Something's going on. My email doesn't work. No access to my email. This is how it all went down. So who's being targeted right now? Probationary employees. So people who are the easiest ones to fire. The easiest ones to fire, people who have been on probation for, these federal positions. People who've only been there for a good 4 or 5 months, 6 months, 7 months, maybe a year. These are the first ones that are gone. And what agencies are hit? Well, there are a ton of agencies. You guys heard from the news article that it was the IRS potentially and the FAA. But guess what? It's impacting a lot more than that. The Department of Education is being hit. Consumer Financial Protection Bureau is being hit. The Environment Protection Agency is being hit. EPA. U.S. Forest Service is being hit. The Department of Energy is being hit. The CDC is being hit. All of them. And I got to say this, when you're slashing jobs at the CDC, the Energy Department, and the VA, to me, this isn't just about reducing government. This is kind of stripping away the critical infrastructure of the United States. But I think that's exactly the plan. And quite honestly, that's exactly what a good portion of Americans voted for. That's the plan, and that's what a good portion of Americans, meaning the majority, voted for. Strip away critical infrastructure. That's what they voted for. So why is this all happening? Well, Trump's campaign promise was to reduce federal workforce by 10%. He's been saying this for a very long time. He wants to cut government spending by shrinking the workforce. How's it being done? Well, it's been done by offering people a buyout. Hey, you know what? Here's how this is going to happen. Here's how it's going to happen. This is exactly how it's going to happen. He says, you know what, guys, it's time for a cut. You can, take this payout and be done, and we'll pay you up until September. You guys remember that? We talked about that a few weeks ago. A lot of people are like, nah, I'm not going to take this buyout. You know what? I'm not going to take this buyout. The buyout may or may not be a good opportunity for you, depending on the type of role that you're in. It gives you a good amount of time to go ahead and upskill. You're talking about September now. We're in February. You got March, you got April, you got May, you got June, you got July. You got August, you got September. You got about 7 months to learn something else while still getting paid. You can keep your house. A lot of people took it. 75,000 employees took the buyout. And what did Trump say after that? He says, now, if you're not going to take the buyout, we're going to force layoffs to happen. And these forced layoffs are hitting harder because it's removing thousands more in the workforce. And this isn't a random situation that's going on right now. This is strategic. He's been saying this from the get-go. He cut the federal government, and now he's making it happen. But the real question is what is going to be the impact of all this? At one point in time, people were saying there's going to be a real estate crash. And, you see all these YouTubers that says, it's going to be a real estate crash. It's going to be, the market's going to be a correction. It's going to be buying opportunities. Uh-oh. Go and check Zillow for some of these markets that I talked about. Check out St. Louis, price cuts. Check out San Antonio, price cuts. Check out Washington, D.C., major price cuts. And D.C. is probably one of the most expensive real estate markets that's out there. It's about to be a bloodshed, guys. It's about to be ugly, ugly, ugly for a lot of people for a short amount of time. And then it's going to correct itself. But it's about to be ugly. Now, how is this going to impact the infrastructure? Well, government services will slow down. So you got VA cuts, so there's going to be delays in veteran benefits. There's going to be delays there. So veterans, have a lot of brothers and sisters that are veterans. There's going to be delays. So you got to account for that. There's going to be less regulation. More environmental and nuclear safety risks. So EPA and Energy Department cuts is definitely causing less regulation. Now, is that a good thing? I don't know. But there are going to be safety risks there. The CDC cuts, it's going to be a slower response to public health crisis. Do we have another COVID around the corner? People have been saying it. Would it be a good opportunity for another leak to happen? With CDC cuts cause mass hysteria? I don't know. But if you start cutting CDC, there's going to be a slow response to public health crisis. At least that's what we think. We don't know what's going to happen at this point in time. That's the thing. We don't know what's going to happen. We're just going to have to figure it out because it's happening. Now, a lot of people are upset about this, and I can understand why. People are going to lose houses. People are going to lose cars. All this is going to happen. It's going to be ugly. And here's the thing, lawsuits are flying in right now. There's been over 60 lawsuits already filed against the administration for executive overreach. Labor unions, Democrats, and progressive groups calling these layoffs illegal. You can't do this. You can't do it. But for some reason, it is happening. That's a reaction. There's no proaction. The man's been saying what he's going to do for a long time and hasn't stopped. He's been doing it. He's been doing it. Call it illegal if you want. But when people aren't getting paychecks, and people are expecting to be getting paid, and people don't have a job, like, you want to be protected before any of this sort of stuff happens, right? But you have all the labor unions coming in late. You got the Democrats coming in late. Oh, you can't do this. Progressives coming in late. Oh, you can't do this. These layoffs are illegal. But people have been fired. People aren't going to be getting paychecks. People are going to be evicted. People's cars are going to be repoed. And it shows you now, whatever group you've been holding allegiance to, it's all talk. It's all talk. But just imagine this, guys, because many of you guys are veterans. My good brother Damien, going to see him this upcoming weekend. Just imagine you're a veteran waiting for your benefits, or energy worker trying to ensure nuclear safety. These layoffs aren't just about cutting red tape, man. They are really about reshaping what the government does and doesn't do. And the lawsuits, man, these things are just getting started, man. But I'm going to tell you like this. A lawsuit, just because you sue somebody, it takes years. It takes years for a lawsuit to be resolved. It takes months. And by that time, you don't have any money. By that time, what's happened to you has already happened to you. By that time, you've already moved in with your family. By that time, you're already struggling. By that time, your bank is calling you saying you only have 60-something days to get out. Now, what's next? So, agencies expect more job cuts in the coming months. It's going to be bloody, guys. It's going to be bloody. I'm going to be talking about layoffs for the next couple months. Some departments are scrambling to reorganize and fill critical gaps. The big unknown, though, is will these layoffs lead to rehiring later, or is this a permanent shift? I think this is a permanent shift. I think we are going to experience a very good amount of pain over the next few years. And you're going to see how inefficient this government has been. And you're going to see a lot of people thrive who are in the AI and automation space. And you're going to see a lot of people just say, you know what? I'm going to start my own business and I'm going to do it the way that I want to do it. And these people who've been laid off are going to have even more opportunities later on in life. That's how I think it's going to happen. That's my prediction. But nobody wants to hear that shit right now if you're laid off. Everybody's like, Ansel, I don't give a what you're saying. Don't tell me that things are going to look ugly and they're going to get better later on. I don't care about later on. I'm dealing with what's happening right now. And I get it. I get it. This is just the beginning. The way the government works, the way services are provided, everything is changing. And if you are in a federal job, now it's time to start thinking about plan B. If you've been watching me for a number of years, it's probably, you probably should have already had a plan B. You probably should have already had a plan B. If you're in the private sector, pay attention, because when thousands of people hit the job market at once, competition is about to be crazy. You already saw what happened with the tech layoffs, how people are saying you can't get a job in tech. You can't get a job in tech. Now you're going to have a whole bunch of government workers hitting the job market. It's going to be tough. It's going to be very, very tough to make any sort of moves. You're going to have wages. You're not going to be getting paid a whole bunch of money. You know, if you're in a VP role and you're expecting, you know, to be making $250,000 a year, that role may be in the 180s now, because anybody will take it. The competition is out there. It's going to be easier for people to fill that job because they have so many resources on the bench willing to take it for a lower price. So the question I have for your audience right here is, are these layoffs justified? Are these layoffs justified, or is the government overreaching? I want to hear from you guys. You guys got to talk. You guys got to talk in the chat. I want to hear what you guys have to say, and I'm going to read your chats out. I'm going to go to the super chats first, though. And how do you think this is going to impact the job market and the economy? We saw what happened with the tech bloodbath over the last couple of years, okay? We saw what happened with the tech layoffs over the last couple of years. Now, this is happening in federal space. Those workers, some of them are in tech. Some of them aren't. Where are they going? I don't know. Maybe this is an opportunity for you who have coaching and you are a veteran and you are in project management, or you are in data analytics, or you're in AI. Maybe it's the time for you to go ahead and start a coaching program. The opportunities are going to be out there, guys. There's going to be people who really need your services and your knowledge. So people who are in a good position to offer those services to help people out, go ahead and offer them. I'm expecting business clients to pick up. I'm expecting business clients to pick up. I'm expecting my coaching calls to be through the roof because I'm already seeing it already. I've gotten more coaching calls over the last 4 weeks than I have in the prior 6 months. I've gotten more coaching calls in the past 4 weeks than I have in the prior 6 months. Now, part of that's because we dropped our coaching price to $99, doing you all a favor, right? But that's what's happening right now. People are scared. And for you who have the knowledge who can help people out, this is an opportunity for you guys. This is an opportunity to offer your services to help people out. And it could be for free. It could be for free. So if you're watching this, I want to hear from you guys. Drop a comment. Let me know what you guys think about this. And not only that, guys, I don't know how many people we got watching this right now because I haven't looked at that yet. But make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. The biggest layoff in history just happened. And that's what we just talked about. Let me jump over to the chats real quick, man. Operator Tech Takeover says Elon trying to free up all this money to funnel into his pockets, man. He says Elon is trying to get hit. Elon trying to get the bag, Brother Scott says. Brother Scott says, man, I don't care what you guys talking about right now. Elon is trying to get the bag. He's putting a scam on you. Is that the truth, though? Or is it really that we've become so inefficient to where we don't even know what efficient means? You know how, like, when you see a company and, you know, if you work for a company and you have a lot of top management, oh, I'm sure many of you guys who've worked at some of the top corporations, the Googles, the Microsoft, the Amazons, you know when you got managers who just manage processes, approvals? I mean, like, why do I have to talk to this person to get an approval? when I can just get it done myself. That's what the government has become. Have managers for approval, for a level 1 approval, level 2 approval, level 3 approval, level 4 approval, and all they do is approve stuff. Now, is it to provide some oversight? Potentially. Well, I mean, like companies do it all the time in the private sector. They cut that level 4, level 5 approval, level 3 approval, level 2 approval, and level 1 approval, and they do just fine. You do just fine. And that's what Trump and Elon are betting on. That's what Trump and Elon are betting on. Brother Damien, thank you so much for the $4.99 super chat. Even the military does reductions in the workforce. Rifts. From time to time, I was active duty Air Force and a rift happened. See, even the military does it. Our armed forces does it as well. You know what? We got too many people in here. Time for us to become leaner. Even we do it. We do it in January typically, right? We got all this extra weight on us. Go to the gym. New Year's resolution. Shed a little bit of pounds. That's what the government is doing right now. That's what the government is doing right now. The future of automation RPA UI path is bright, you. It is very, very bright. RPA, robotics process automation. Any sort of automation that's going to help businesses become efficient, the future is bright. Jerry Bunny says, I love this environment. So many opportunities. There's going to be a lot of opportunities, guys. I'm telling you. Go ahead and get your website up, especially if you have knowledge. Get your website up. Lil Ernest says the job market is very competitive. A bachelor's degree is equivalent to a high school diploma now. That's the bare minimum. You know, degrees, about certifications. Nobody has time for 4-year degrees. If you don't have a degree and you are a federal worker, right? You're going to spend 4 years to go back to school and get a degree? Hell no, you better get a certification. You better do that in a few weeks. You better put yourself out there in the job market. Don't sit here and go back to school for another 4 years. You've been in the federal workforce for a long time and you're like, oh, I got to go back to school for this. School isn't going to teach you the skills that you need to pay your bills. It's not going to, but a certification will. Ant Dog says, this is why you shouldn't live high on the hog eats pay period, right? He's saying that finance talk right now. He's in that finance talk right now. I hear you. I was in Argentina and learned about their president making huge government debt cuts. It would be interesting to see how things shake out. I think it's going to shake out in a very similar way. Old Young says, I need more capital. Well, get yourself in the game, Old Young. Get yourself in the game, man. Operation Tech Takeover says, last one's in, first one's out. LIFO. LIFO. Last in, first out. You know how you have FIFO too. First in, first out. AI Me. Get skills essential. Get skills in essential tech such as AI, machine learning, cybersecurity, and cloud will not be affected with layoffs. Federal government needs those skills desperately. Yep. You ain't lying about that. And see, I'm glad that you brought it up, AI Me, because there are certain areas that's not going to be impacted. And these are the areas that have the skills, where the skills are needed. So you, who you may be impacted, now this has happened to you, or this is going to happen to you. Where are you going to go? Where are you going to go? What are you going to do? You're going to go back and get a teaching degree? You can do that because teachers are needed, right? But you're not going to be making as much money as you probably was in federal. And you're going to be dealing with some kids that come from unenergetic parents and lack of disciplined parents. Do you want to deal with that? You probably do. I don't know. You probably do. I don't know. But I wouldn't want to deal with that. I would want to go towards a direction where I know the future is going. Cybersecurity, AI, automation, cloud. Federal government's going to need those. Only squares in the house get to see it, brother. Did you see the housing prices drop in DC area by 20%? Yep. I saw it. 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 Insane. There's going to be a massive correction in the DC market in real estate. You're going to have a whole bunch of buying opportunities. DC is a fabulous city. I'm talking about one of, I didn't experience DC until about 2010-ish when my cousin went there. When my cousin got his first job in the Washington area, that's when I started to experience a little bit of DC, and I like it. DC is a dope city. I've had nothing but good things to say about DC. Me and my wife, Teresa, we got engaged in DC. Beautiful city, beautiful people. Just a gorgeous environment. It's had its ups and downs, but I think it's a good place. But it's expensive. I'm talking about expensive. You're talking about, 1,300 square feet houses, 1.3 million. Nope, not anymore. That house is going to be for rent, $1,300 a month. $1,300 a month pretty soon. It's not going to be that drastic, but it's going to be some bloodbath in DC. All right, let's move on to the next topic. You says, I started RPA with a consultant firm. Our biggest clients are Air Force. Yep. And dog. I don't have a degree or a cert. And look at you. You're crushing it. You're crushing it. See, you can do it without a degree or certifications, especially if you know how to learn and study and you know people. Jerry Bunny says, it's about the skill set results more than ever. I love it. Operation Tech Tugger says, this is why he wanted to make all the government cars Tesla. He is going to get a bag one way or the other. The man is going to get a bag no matter what. I'm like, he's in the media. He owns a car company. He owns or responsible for AI. I mean, like, he's responsible for spaceships. So it doesn't matter what happens. Right? I mean, like, you can say he's going to get a bag anyway. He's always going to get a bag. It's just what it is, right? So it's very easy to say, and somebody like Elon is filling his pockets. Well, he's going to fill his pockets no matter what. If he wasn't doing this, he's still going to fill his pockets. If he wasn't part of Doge, he was going to fill his pockets. I mean, the guy's just rich. He's just rich. And when you're rich, you have an opportunity to use that for leverage. And that's what he's doing. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I don't know. But I mean, he wasn't doing Doge. I'm sure the government was going to buy Teslas no matter what. Eventually, right? It was only a matter of time. Why wouldn't it want to do it? Because it wants its EVs to be the number one EVs in the world. I mean, the U.S. wants to be the leader in electric vehicles, and China has been crushing them. And that's why you don't see a lot of EV vehicles in the United States from China, because their technology is better. And it's been said by multiple auto manufacturers that China makes better EVs. So the US is going to buy Teslas no matter what. They were going to do it whether Doge was part of it or Elon was part of Doge or not. I mean, it's just that the US is going to be investing into OpenAI and AI companies. So whether Elon is building his own AI, the U.S. is going to invest into it. He's going to get the bag no matter what. He's getting that bag. It's just what it is. All right, let's move on. Let's move on to the next one, guys, because this one, we all thought that, working from home was going to be the norm. And I've been saying it myself. Let me take this audio off real quick. I've been saying it for quite some time. Work from home is going to be the norm. And it is, I think, in some capacity. But man, oh man, with these layoffs happening across tech first, now the federal government, the biggest industries have been rocked. So now the leverage is on the employer. And these CEOs all remember what it was like to be back in the office. And guess what? Initially they said, oh, we cool with y'all working from home. Profits good, making a whole bunch of money. Now they've all said, you know what? We want our cities to be booming again. We want people to have jobs. Get your butt in the office. I know what you're doing when you're working from home. You're on Zoom calls, texting your mom, your dad. You're on Zoom calls doing live streams. You're not efficient. So while you in the office, at least we're going to get 6 to 7 hours of you being productive. Not on Facebook. Not on TikTok. Not doing your little stupid dances. So check this one out, guys.
We're talking about work from home or go back in the office. That has been the struggle for companies, how to balance that coming out of the COVID-19 pandemic. And, the CEO of JP Morgan, Jamie Dimon, has leaked audio of what his real thoughts are on remote work and workers that work from home. So we want to play out just a little portion of that. Here is that leaked audio.
Not paying attention, not reading your stuff, and if you don't think that slows down efficiency, creativity, creates rudeness and stuff, it does, okay? And when I found out that people are doing that, you don't do that in my meetings. You go to meet with me, you got my attention, you got my focus. I don't bring my phone. I'm not sending texts to people, okay? It simply doesn't work. And it doesn't work for creativity. It slows down decision making. And don't give me the work from home Friday works. I call a lot of people on Friday. They're not a person to get a hold of.
All right, there you go. Jamie Dimon might have a new middle name there. Jamie, tell us what you really think Dimon there, no doubt about that. So we want to get some more reaction about this hot topic there with the big CEO from JP Morgan. But let's bring in right now Rebecca Ungarino from Barron's to help break down this big talker. Thanks so much for joining us here on Live Now from...
I'm over here texting with my good buddy Chang. And he texted me just now. He says, "You're over here calling out FAFO, man." I'm like, yep. F around and find out. I mean, that's just what it is, guys. That's what's happening right now. You messed around and found out. But Jamie Dimon, check him out. He's declaring war on remote work. Did you hear what he just said? Did you hear what he just says? He is in meetings. He doesn't have his cell phone. He has his full divided attention. Doesn't have all the other stuff going on. You have people working around, they're working from home on Zoom calls, walking their dog and not paying attention. And next thing you know, they ask the stupid questions. You know how people aren't paying attention, right? They're in Zoom calls and you just repeated something or you just said something and it was very clear. And then he asked the same question a little bit later on in it. Like, what were you doing? Did you not hear that question being answered already? Did you not understand what I was saying? People weren't paying attention. Now, I got to say this, guys. I've been guilty. I've been working from home for the majority of my life. Now, I had to go back to the office. I went back to the office when I had to move to San Jose, California, guys. Went back to the office, was there every single day because of the fact that I was in sales. I was new. My team was there. My boss was there. I wanted to get in there and learn. And I did it. Now, when I moved to Austin, I wasn't going in an office. I went in there anytime I had customer meetings. I was in sales. I'm in sales right now. I don't have to be in the office. But if they wanted me to be in the office, I would have to figure out a way to get in the office. It's just what we did. What you got to do. Jamie Dimon says, man, y'all, you ain't paying attention in meetings. I want to listen to this again.
Workers that work from home. So we want to play out just a little portion of that. Here is that leaked audio.
Not paying attention, not reading your stuff, and if you don't think that slows down efficiency, creativity, creates rudeness and stuff, it does, okay? And when I found out that people are doing that, you don't do that in my meetings. You go to a meeting with me, you got my attention, you got my focus, I don't bring my phone, I'm not sending texts to people, okay? It simply doesn't work. And it doesn't work for creativity, it slows down decision making. And don't give me the work from home Friday works. I call a lot of people on Friday. They're not a person to get a hold of.
All right.
Big boss Jamie says, you know what? I call people on Fridays and nobody's working. You guys remember the 4-day work week? That's what happened when work from home happened. The 4-day work week. You ain't doing nothing on Fridays. Now, I got some managers who have calls on Fridays. I love Fridays. You get their work done because it is typically slower, but it's a good opportunity to clean up a whole bunch of stuff that you haven't gotten to and to get some work done. But I will tell you like this. There's been times where Fridays are really light. I get it. So he's telling the absolute truth. Some people take advantage of it. I wouldn't even say some. The majority of people take advantage of it. So he ain't lying, guys. It's hard to swallow because if you are, a person who's used to work from home and you are a mom or a dad that, works and pick up your kids and all this other stuff, and you've had the flexibility to work from home, and now they're telling you to get back to the office. It would suck. It would throw your life into a little bit of chaos for a while until you figure it out. You've always figured it out. We've always figured it out. You may have to move. You may have to hire somebody else. You may have to rely on your friends. You may have to rely on your community for carpooling. Whatever the situation is, you're going to figure it out. But he's absolutely right. He says no more work from home. He says, Jamie Dimon says it's time to get your butts back to the office. And he's not taking any excuses. Is his message. If you don't like it, bye. Bye. I mean, basically, he's saying Zoom meetings are full of distracted employees checking emails or texting. He's basically saying, where's everyone on Fridays? He's frustrated that people disappear on work from home days. He says he works 7 days a week. Why shouldn't you? He's been grinding since COVID, and he expects the same commitment from his staff. Get your butts in the office and get the work done. If you're going to meet with me, big boss, I'm going to give you my undivided attention. I'm not going to be looking at my phone. I'm not going to be, texting people. I'm not going to be, calling my wife. If you are meeting with me, I want undivided attention. So starting March 2025, all 300,000 employees must be in the office 5 days a week. No exceptions, big boss man says. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. My big brother, my good friend, Shane just told me something just now, too, in my text message. Said, Antoine, don't forget about the copycat companies. Don't forget about the copycat companies. You guys know I've said that multiple times. Meta's doing it. If Meta's doing it, if Microsoft is doing it, a lot of companies look at their leaders as thought leaders. So they're going to do the exact same thing. If JP Morgan He's doing it. Jamie Dimon, big boss man. If he's doing it, more companies are going to be like, I'm doing it. If people like what Trump is doing and his leadership style, that's how they're going to lead. That's what we saw the first administration. It's going to be cutthroat. No more employee. We can do what we want. No. Everything has to be equal. No. We want to be accepted too. No. You get in the office or you get out. You get in the office or you get out. You're part of the crew or you're out. There's going to be people who want to be part of the crew, and let them come in. It's going to work itself out. That's how the markets work. You had 1,200 people sign a petition against coming back to the office. Jamie Dimon says, nope, don't waste your time. I don't care. I don't care how many people sign it. I don't care how many people sign the effing petition, he says. He was hot. I've never heard audio of Jamie Dimon speaking like this. I'm sure he does, because any businessman talks like that in their house and so forth, right? But you got to keep it cleaned up. But he literally says, don't waste your time signing it. I don't care how many people sign the effing petition. Now, who are the people that's affected the most? Women and caregivers struggling for work-life balance. Senior employees who adjusted to hybrid work. Disabled workers who rely on flexibility. I don't think it's going to be too much on disabled workers and stuff like that. But you got to remember, the majority of people aren't these people. Majority aren't disabled. There's exceptions. But don't make everything an exception. So what does this mean for the future of work, guys? This is the beginning of the end of remote work. You got JP Morgan. You got Goldman Sachs. You got Morgan Stanley. You got other major banks forcing their employees back to the office. You got the government saying, get your butt back to the office. I don't know. You guys tell me. What you guys think about this? You think remote work is ending? Do you think remote work is dead? Will your company follow JP Morgan's lead? I want to know in the chat, guys. I want to know. Let me know in the chat what you guys thinking about this one. Because this one, you know, I still make content about remote work, because remote work, I personally believe that it's going to exist, and it's going to exist for people who have the skills and who have the ability to stay working remote. And not only that, I think it's going to exist because of the fact that you're going to have a lot of companies that's going to just make that part of their fabric. And it's going to be good to attract a good amount of people. So I also think that you're going to see, you know how like in YouTube, and not even YouTube, but the media. Okay. So this is my prediction, guys. I'm going to give it to you. Let me give it to you. What's big is no longer going to be good for the people. Okay. And what I mean by that is, I'll use examples. The media, okay? Big box media, Fox, CNN, all are shrinking. Majority of us probably watching this get our news and content and our updates from little small media like us, right? Like me. Small will be better. So even at corporation levels, even at the corporate level, I think big is forcing decisions like this, kind of like putting you down one direction. And there are going to be people that says, I like that sort of structure. I want to be part of the big boys. I want to rock with the big boys. But there are also going to be some small boys that come in here, right? Small boys are going to create, and they're going to say, nope, you can work from home. But what's going to end up happening is, I think big boys are going to buy those small boys, and eventually everybody's going to have to be forced back to it. But in the meantime, while these small boys are creating and growing and stimulating the economy, it's going to be a good amount of people working from home. It's going to be a good amount of people working from home. until the big boys go and buy them. But by that time, you're going to be rich, so you can make a decision if you want to work for big boys or not, or create your own and stay working from home. That's how it works. That's how the market works. You're going to see a lot of startups over the next 10 years. I think the US is going to thrive. I think the world is going to do pretty darn good with AI. A lot of people are going to be made millionaires. A lot of people are going to get rich if you are following trends. A lot of people are going to make a whole bunch of money. Just what's going to happen. Let me know your thoughts. Let's jump over to the chat real quick. Big boss man Jamie Dimon says, you know what? Get your butt back to the office. You, remote, will stay, but it will depend on your position, more like a hybrid type of thing. I get that. Okay, fair. Tam says, those niche skills, people will pay 100%. The commercial properties are booming for the next 4 years. I will agree. I thought there was commercial properties that was going to be the real estate market that bust, but it's held on. It's held on. Now, commercial real estate is about to go through the roof again. 100%. Brother Damien says this. CEOs on remote work today be like Vince Carter. It's over. Oh, man. T. Wade is in the house. Good to see it, baby. She says, don't forget to hit the like button, guys. AI and me says, JP Morgan saying, I don't care. Get your butt in the office, right? Albert Takeover says, not that you ran it back. Diabolical, big bro. Right? Only Square says, good evening, Netta J. Netta J is in the house. Good evening. It's good to see you. Guys, I'm telling you, man, it is insane. It is insane. Get back to the office. Now, I'm going to give you guys another story. I'm going to give you guys another story on this one. You guys are going to like this one too, man. All right. This is from Business Insider. Breaking news. Now, you know, we've talked about how employees had employers were very much catering to employees. Employee resource groups, you got this group, Black group, Hispanic group, Latino group, Asian group, you got LGBT group, you got trans groups, you got all these groups, you got all these things, and it's exploded, and it's cost a lot of companies money. So they say, you know what, we're going to roll back this whole DEI thing. People are upset about that, right? Oh, you're taking our rights away. You're forcing us into a box. We came here because you were open and you were inclusive. And companies said, we're going to roll it back. I'm not dealing with all this other stuff. It just makes things complicated, right? We have to deal with too many people. It just makes things complicated. That's what companies are saying, right? And you are going through a period right now where they're saying return to the office. No DEI. Return to the office. No DEI. You do as you are told. It's the new motto now. Do as you are told. Sound old school, right? You work for me, you do as you are told. And now you got companies like Meta saying, okay, you don't want to get to the office. You got companies like Chase. You don't want to get to the office, quit. Follow the rules or get out. Sounds like parenting, doesn't it? Sounds like parenting, doesn't it? I'm just going to say it like, let's just be real about it. In my house, there are rules. In your house, there are rules. The houses that don't have rules, you have kids that end up being a disaster. I'm a coach. I get to see houses that don't have rules based on how their kids behave in practice. I get to see it. You're not going to come to my house and your kid's going to be jumping on my couch. You guys remember the Dave Chappelle show where Rick James went over to this man's house and, had mud on his shoes and stumped all on his couch, right? That's how kids are when they come to certain people's houses. Kids who don't have any rules. It's not asking for things, crying all the time. Come to practice, asking for stuff, taking stuff. Come to your house, going into your refrigerator, drinking all your water, drinking up your milk without asking. There are no rules. And you can tell based on how the kids behave in class, in practice, that there's no rules to the house. Well, now the house is the corporations. Now the houses are employers. There's rules. If you don't like what they do, get out. You're right. You guys were, you were in high school and mom and dad says, you got a curfew. If you don't follow the rules, get out. You'll live by yourself. Go run away. You're gone. Well, that's what corporations are saying right now, too. You don't like what we're telling you. You don't like what we're doing. Get out. And that's what Meta CTO tells employees to do. Big tech is done with all the games, with all the exceptions, with all the, mommy, can I just have this? Can I just have this? It's going to make me feel better. So let's get into this story right here. Meta's top exec just told employees, if you don't like the company's policies, quit. CTO Andrew Bosworth is making it clear. If you can't disagree and commit, find another job. Now this raises a bigger question. Are tech companies cracking down on internal pushback? I think they are. They're tired of it. They're tired of it. Meta, they changed its internal Q&A sessions to limit leaks after employees exposed Mark Zuckerberg's statements to the press. So, Mark is talking in these all hands meetings, right? Next thing you know, you see an article on Business Insider about what Mark Zuckerberg said. It's like, I'm tired of you guys recording my conversations on these Zoom meetings and sending it to the press. People are saying that's unproductive and it needs to be addressed. You're not part of the clique, get out. Some employees weren't happy about this. One accused leadership of targeting LGBTQ policies. They accused leadership of cutting DEI programs. They accused leadership of silencing internal criticism. Nah, you guys just don't want any feedback. That's what the employees are saying. You guys just don't want to be told that you suck. Well, sometimes your mom and dad can suck, but you wouldn't say that to them, you get smacked in the face, right? You can't be disrespectful to your mom and dad. When you're growing up, you say something like that, there's punishment. At least that's how I grew up. I'm sorry, that's how I grew up. I turned out to be a fine young man. I would say I turned out to be a pretty fine young man. I had rules, I had boundaries. Corporations are saying, you know what, there's rules, there's boundaries. Yes, we can suck, but you're not going to be airing that out on a Q&A session and all hands calls. It's not productive. Let's have the conversation behind the closed doors. You don't need to air out people on Q&A sessions. So Bosworth, the CTO, says you should quit if you feel that way. If you are accusing us of targeting LGBTQ policies and cutting DEI programs and silencing internal criticism, if you feel that way, get out. Get out. His message was loud and clear. Meta don't want leaks. If you don't like our policies, leave. If you disagree with what we have to do and say, and you don't want to commit, get out. Disagree. You can disagree all you want, but commit or get out. You can disagree with your parents, but as long as you love them and commit to them and follow the rules, you're cool. But if you don't commit, get out. Same words were used by Jeff Bezos as well at Amazon. And Meta employees are upset. They fired back. They're saying that Meta is making a hostile work environment. If we can't voice our concerns, where can we? We can't voice our concerns, where can we? You know, some are even calling the recent content moderation changes an issue with free speech. And Zuckerberg already went about pushing out low performers. Many employees, they think they're next for the ones who didn't get pushed out. The pendulum has swung, guys. Employees are the parents again. You follow the rules or you get out. No more can you come up in mom and dad's house, not taking your shoes off. Mom and dad has the money. They have the house now. Now, the question is for you guys, is this just Meta or is this a new norm in tech? Amazon, Google, Microsoft, they all have tightened internal discussions. They all have laid off low performers. Leaks used to be tolerated. Now it's fireable. You're gone. I think what we're seeing right now is the end of employee activism, especially in big tech. And guess what? What happens in big tech is going to be going towards other places as well. Now, I got a question for you guys. Should employees or employers, should companies shut down internal debates? Or do employees have the right to push back? They have every right to push back. Every right to push back, but it needs to happen in a closed form. Doesn't need to happen on all hands. Doesn't need to happen when you're walking down the street and your neighbors are right there. It doesn't need to happen at the family picnic. It doesn't need to happen at the family reunion. Disagree. Get upset. Voice your concerns. Have a conversation about it. But it doesn't need to happen in front of everybody. And that's what employers are saying. Let me get your guys' take on that one. Let me get you guys' take. Brother Ken Barney in the house. Good to see you, my man. He says, my bro, I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much for the $100 super chat. My man came through and blessed with 100. I gotta see big bro Kenny this upcoming weekend, man. We about to have a good time. Me and Damien Ken about to have a good time this weekend, guys. I'm excited about it. About to have a good old time. I was a text there where it says that was Eleanor's Get Out or Big Red. Sanford and Son, I love it. I love it. Oh, man. I was a text there where it says, should have never gave the Waves money, right? Y'all rejects. Oh, man. It's true, guys. It's true. It is true. It's just the reality of what it's going to turn into. Now, we're going to hit one more topic right now, okay? Let me jump over to this one. You guys are going to want to see this one as well. Elon. Let's talk about a little bit more AI. This is, many of you guys, we didn't talk about this last week, and I was going to have a call-in show today, but I totally switched gears and say, you know what, I'm not going to have a call-in show. We're going to talk about something a little bit different. Let me flip this one. There we go. There we go. I think that's better. Get rid of that audio. But Elon Musk just made a bold claim. DeepSeek came out with their new AI model. You got OpenAI, ChatGPT crushing it. You got Google Gemini out there. You got Facebook Llama. Now, Grok 3 is coming out, I believe, tonight, 8 p.m. Pacific. It's going to be unveiled on X tonight, on live. Elon Musk claims his new AI, Grok 3, is the smartest AI on Earth. That's what he's saying. Is Grok 3 a breakthrough? Or is he just hyping it up? And what does this mean for the AI race? You know, Brother Scott was like, man, EI is playing everybody. Or Elon, sorry, I said Eli. Elon is playing everybody and getting to the money. Well, guess what? He's in the AI space as well, man. There isn't nothing that this man won't touch. Nothing. I mean, he was trying to buy OpenAI. So Musk's claims, he said it is scary smart. Said it's claiming that Grok 3 outperforms everything else out there. Better reasoning. It's trained on synthetic data and self-correct mistakes for more logical responses. There was a rush to release it. Just last week, Musk says Grok 3 was a week or two away from launch. Now it's coming out today. He says he's been head down all weekend working, honing the product all weekend. He's going offline until then. So he's putting serious work into this, and they're going to demo it tonight, 8 p.m. Pacific time. I'm going to be in bed sleeping good by that time, guys. So I'll wake up and get the news. But if you think about it, a week or two ago, a couple weeks ago, China, they just shook the AI market. And you saw what happened in the tech market. Whole bunch of sell-offs. DeepSeek R1 model, it stunned the AI world in January. Basically, it matches OpenAI's model at a fraction of the cost. You don't need all these NVIDIA chips to create AI models anymore. That's what DeepSeek basically suggested. And with that, okay, well, then the cost of some of these technology components that's responsible for AI doesn't need to be that expensive. So it caused a whole correction into the tech market. Now, is Elon Musk racing to keep up? Or does Grok 3 actually have the edge? We're going to find out soon. There are people who are going to dig into this whole thing and figure it out. But I wanted to get you guys up to speed on this one because you got another AI model that is expanding fast. And XAI, which is supposed to be Twitter AI or Grok 3, right? He's planning on hiring thousands of people this year to improve growth. So if you are in the AI space like AI and me, or if you've been listening and you've been skilling up, that's the company that you could potentially work for. A major push is going towards AI companies, guys. I am telling you guys, a major push is going towards that direction. So any sort of upskilling that you can do, it's going to be advantageous for you. And he basically says this is a big push because he sees this as a future. And typically these guys aren't wrong when you have something as this. I mean, like, AI has just been, you know, at one point in time, people were talking about blockchain, but you really didn't get a chance to touch it and feel it. When there's something that I use every single day and I don't see myself not using it, this is serious. I'm a believer. I'm a believer. So guys, that's Grok 3. It will be released tonight. All right, one more segment that I want to talk to you guys about. Just for you guys who are looking to make some career moves this year, especially if you're looking to jump into entry level. Okay. The top 5 IT certifications for beginners in 2025. You may be a beginner. You may be watching the show. You may not have any certifications. You may want certifications. You want to get into tech. You want to get into AI. You have to start from somewhere, right? If you want to get into IT, and I'm talking about information technology, I'm not talking about like big tech or anything like that, but yeah, it all plays into technology. But this is really related to IT. If you're trying to break into IT, now's the time. I've seen people go from $40,000 in retail to $90K in tech in just a few months with zero experience, guys. I'm talking about zero experience, and they didn't go to school to get a 4-year degree. They did it with certifications. Okay. Now, you're probably wondering why certifications matter. I personally think that certifications are game changers. They're game changers. One, they don't require you to have a degree. They're cheaper. So you can skip 4 years of school and you can start working in months. It's instant credibility. Hiring managers love certifications. They look at them. They see, okay, well, what is this person learning? What skills do they have? They check certifications because certifications kind of give you a badge of honor. It's a test based on knowledge. You can land high-paying jobs. IT salaries start at $60,000 for entry-level roles. And I'll tell you like this, guys. I've helped hundreds of people transition into high-paying tech careers. Some with certifications, some with no certifications. And I'm telling you, I'll tell you like this. If they can do it, if my clients, if you go to our website, www.blk Heights, and you see the clients, my clients can do it, you can do it as well too. You can do it as well too. But if you're looking to break into IT, let's just say you are not sure where you want to go, you're not going to go to school, and you're looking to break into IT, or you're looking to just establish and understand it, or determine if it's a place that you want to be. You want to test it out, right? Because a lot of people are like, oh, can I get it? It's like a trial, right? If it's a trial for you, then I would tell you like this. You probably want to start off with the first certification, which is the CompTIA IT Fundamentals. Best for beginners exploring information technology. It's called the ITIF Plus. It's an entry-level certification to help you get into entry-level IT roles. The next one I would suggest is the A+, CompTIA A+, best for IT support and help desk. Salaries you can make from that, or you can earn from that, certification is around $45,000 to about $65,000 a year. Next is a CompTIA Security Plus, and this is best for individuals who want to go towards cybersecurity. Many of you want to go towards cybersecurity, and I would say go towards cybersecurity because federal workers who are in cybersecurity are not going to be laid off for the most part, unless they're low performers. But you can become a cybersecurity analyst with this certification. You become a security specialist with this certification. And salary ranges from $60,000 to $90,000 plus. And it's best for individuals who want to get into cybersecurity. If you're interested in the cloud, the best entry-level certification to get is the Microsoft Azure Fundamentals, the AZ900. Jobs you can get with that: IT support, cloud engineer. Salaries, $65,000 a year to $85,000 a year. Best certification that you can get if you have an interest into cloud computing. Now, another certification that I recommend too is the Google IT Support Professional Certificate. That one, you can go to Coursera, you can go to, Google to get this one, but it's basically a hands-on training using real life application for you to learn how to support IT infrastructure. Jobs that you can get with this sort of certification is IT support and a system admin job. Salary ranges from $50,000 to $70,000 a year. Those are the certifications, guys. Security Plus, AZ900, CompTIA A+, Google IT Support, ITF Plus. Those are the certifications for 2025 for anyone who's looking to break into IT in 2025. And a lot of times people ask the question of, all right, Antoine, which direction should I go? If you were me, where would you go? Well, I will tell you like this. I'll go cloud or cybersecurity. Those are the areas that I would go. Cloud or cybersecurity. But it's based on your interest, though. If you're interested in cybersecurity, go CompTIA Security Plus. If you're interested in IT support, go CompTIA A Plus or Google IT Support. If you're interested in the cloud, go Microsoft Azure Fundamentals. Like, understand where you want to go and take that path. Guys, that's all I have for you today, man. That is all I had for you today. I appreciate you guys rocking with me today. Brother, Operator Take Takeover say, all jokes aside, I think that was just to give his AI more power and learning points. If he was able to merge both, that would be crazy. Man, I'm going to tell you like this, brother Scotty. Man, we're about to find out. We are about to find out. If he is full of crap, people are going to be able to uncover if this Grok 3 is worth a damn in the next couple days. I mean, you think about it, he has a whole bunch of information to feed that thing from Twitter. If he's using that to feed it, he has a lot of information. It could be a powerful, large language model. We'll find out. But guys, that's all I have for you guys today. I appreciate you guys for rocking with me, man. Thank you so much for holding steady on this Monday evening. I need to go have some dinner, and I need to get my butt in the bed. That's what I need to do. I wanted to get this show done in an hour and a half, and look at that. We are at 1 hour, 32 minutes. Each and every one of you guys, from Brother Scotty, Operator Tech Takeover, thank you so much for always supporting me. Brother Ken Barney with the super chat, Brother Damien with the super chat. Did I miss anybody? My Japanese brother with the Japanese name with the super chat. I appreciate you as well. For the beans in the house, Life of Cam is in the house. Thank you guys so much for always rocking with me on the Monday, showing your support. Guys, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe button. Share this with your friends. Share this with people who need to learn. Share this with people who need coaching as well, too, because people need help. People are going to need some help. Tell them to come over here to BLK Heights. Elevate to the unknown. We'll help them out. Until next time, guys. Enjoy your Monday. We'll see you next Monday. Peace out.
Till I get up, time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. Through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays. And